Hey guys, so making this quick audio, and I know some of you have some questions when it comes to getting client results, right? Generating leads and generating phone calls for the businesses that you want to do some lead generation or marketing for. So I do want to let you guys know in this video I'm going to be talking about ways to do that, but I also want you guys to know that in the description, I've actually put links where you can book a strategy call where we can go over more detailed information for your specific niche, your specific agency. And then obviously if you need a coach, you can obviously hire me to be a coach to help you guys grow your agency for you. Because the information that I'm sharing here on this YouTube channel, which is exposed to anybody who wants to see it across the world, will be very surface level, okay? So if you do have more in-depth questions and you're looking for more in-depth information, that would be for you to book a time to speak with me, right? Because for information like that, you have to just consider that for the information you want that could potentially help you make money, you have to be willing to invest, okay? And so those are things that I share with you guys regularly. I talk to you guys about how I constantly, utilize coaches, utilize mentors, and I invest for that because of the reward that it's going to make. And then just to give you guys a quick summary of what that means is, let's say you get on a conference call. I think we charge about $300 for just a conference call. And I am able to share information with you that can help you sign up a client and then get that client results. You guys know, on average, for local service businesses where you work one-on-one with, on average you can make anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 or $10,000 a month just generating phone calls and leads for them, depending on how you structure it. And if you wanted to scale that, then you could obviously go across your local market or even different cities across the country where you can sign up more clients for that, just with that model alone. So to basically spend $300, that's extremely cheap, extremely inexpensive. But once again, you have to make that decision for yourself. We don't want to make it for you, and we want the right type of people that are looking for that type of knowledge to grow and to get that. Because from my experience, nobody is really willing to give that information to you unless you're willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. So for $300, I think you guys are going to get a lot of value. So let's get into this video. So now you want to generate leads, right? Now you can generate leads a number of different ways. Google will always be one of the best ways to generate leads, right? And then you will have your Facebook, and then you will have other media channels that you can utilize as well. But just focus for a moment on Google and Facebook. Typically, the type of leads that you're going to get on Facebook, let's just say you want to do direct, right? You want to go right direct to a local business, and you want to generate leads for them. Typically, Facebook leads, you can get them, if you know what you're doing, very, very cheap. But you're going to want to instill follow-up methods that help the business owner get the person on the phone and or can do the transactional event. Because if you don't, then they're going to have issues with that, okay? The next thing, Google is always going to bring you your highest intent. And so with Google, you typically can find services that are emergency related services. Like you can have a local plumber, you could have a local HVAC company, water damage, water restoration. You could have carpet cleaning. You guys hear me talk about carpet cleaning. You could have carpet cleaning. You could have, painting as well. But just keep in mind, Google is always going to be best with services that are relative to urgency, to an immediate need or a short-term need, right? Something that the person needs to have done urgently, okay? And the value or the ticket value, depending on the urgency, may not be much, right? Like for instance, with carpet cleaning, the average home to clean carpet cleaning is $200 to $300, sometimes less, could be a little bit more depending on the situation, right? Lots and lots of people have carpet, and so to get the carpet clean, it's a very high intent search. And you can use the keyword planner as well to see what I like to look for with the keyword planner, although I do look at it from a nationwide standpoint. Nationwide, 500,000 to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. If you see those types of volume searches around certain keywords, then that means that there is certain opportunity there, right? I know some people may have interest in solar and roofing. Those two niches alone, you can almost find an outsourcer that could generate leads for you, no problem. Even HVAC, and oftentimes plumbing as well, because they're what I like to look at and like to call niches that are like evergreen, right? Homes have roofs. People are going to need to get their roofs replaced and changed and all the different things that go on with it. But just keep in mind the customer's level of intent, right? And so if you can build out a process, now again, this is your business, this is your agency, right? So this is where you have to come in. This is the legwork that you have to work on. But if you can build out a process that will essentially allow you to basically help a business owner, and in those two verticals, the one biggest thing that these businesses have is finding people that are actually receptive and responsive to what they're doing, right? So for instance, if you could book appointments for a solar company or a roofing company versus just giving them leads, the value that you can offer them goes up, right? Because if they can get appointments, then they basically know the opportunity for them to close the sale will go up drastically, versus you sending them just more pieces of paper that they're getting all over the place, right? And a piece of paper is someone that basically they can't get on the phone, they're hunting them down, they're calling them 1,000 times, and they're not getting anywhere. Same thing with painting, right? Painting is another niche where if you can provide enough value and you can line up appointments for these businesses, you can see a drastic difference in the receptiveness and what they're looking for. Okay, but that's essentially lead generation, right? Lead generation is basically, getting people to take action on what you're promoting by any means necessary. And that's the part where you have to figure out with your client what works best for them. Some clients, almost anything works, and then others, not everything works. And then you're going to discover the different things that go on within your agency about how you can help your clients succeed and have success. Now, that's for people just starting out, right? And then if you're a little bit more seasoned, as we start talking about now, you guys saw in the other video, the pay-per-call, then you can work on what we call the branding, right? Building your own digital asset. And that could be a little bit more advanced for some people based on your knowledge of marketing and understanding of generating leads. Essentially, the asset that you build will over time provide more value, because you do have to dial in the asset so that it becomes convertible, right? Because you're taking a brand and you're trying to make the brand well known, and you're getting people to take action on what you're doing. And so for what you're trying to build, which I'm assuming for right now, many of you are looking to get your first client, you want to get your feet wet, I would recommend the local level. Now, just because you're local doesn't mean they have to be in your specific city or state. You can transfer and go to different states, or even if you're in a different country in your local area, you can go to different areas and reach out to businesses. But just keep in mind that there are a couple of top businesses that I would personally give you, but I'm not going to necessarily give that away on this YouTube channel. That's going to be for someone that books a time with a strategy call, or obviously if you're a part of my coaching program, my coaching students, they get this information because it's essentially copy and paste. But if you're looking for those holy grail niches, the niches that you like tomorrow, you can sign up a client like we were in, where were we a couple weeks ago? That area I was making cold calls. We had 2 of the people booked with us, and they closed, and they're already doing their 3rd order now because of how many calls they're getting. Those are, like I said to you guys, there are certain niches that you could just direct. It's just so easy to do. All you want to do is call the businesses let them know what you could do, and the minute you close that deal, by the next morning, or maybe 48 hours, depending on what your setup is, they're going to start getting phone calls, right? And it's that easy. That's how simple it is to make, $1,000 a week or $2,000 a week with the pay per lead, pay per call model. As many calls as you can handle and take, I'll get you. And there's a lot of businesses out there that will take as many calls as you can get them. You just want to have a system that works. And to get the system, like I told you guys, my first 6 months that I was closing deals and making money, I was really figuring out, and obviously there's a lot to learn, how to get this process succinct, right? And those are some of the things in terms of what niche, what setup, what offer, what outsourcer, what campaign, and all those little things and bells and whistles, believe it or not, that's what makes up your agency, okay? So believe it or not, if you feel discouraged or uncertain about what you're doing, that's normal, because again, as a business owner, right, you're not an employee anymore. You're not an order taker. You're not someone that's punching in a clock and just doing the daily tasks that have been laid out for you. You're creating the tasks, right? You're creating the processes, right? You're creating your system, how your business is going to operate and function and run. And once you create it, then it's much easier for you to then hire someone to come in, or a couple of people, from sales to account management and all the other aspects of your business, billing, customer service, to fulfill the day-to-day, the tasks that you have laid out that work for your agency. And so that's really important that you guys understand this video and what this channel is going to really give you. It's going to give you a lot of value, but then again, for those of you that want to go to the next step and you want to actually start reaping the benefits of what you're learning, then you're going to want to book a time that you could speak with me and that we can go over some of these details for your business. Okay, guys, I hope this has been helpful. Bye for now.